Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy AyksTV back again, bringing you another video on Survival Hunter. This time I'm bringing you the popular build that actually got me rank 1 Oceanic Survival Hunter in Battle for Azeroth pre-patch, which was the Latent Poison build. Actually, Latent Poison Injectors is now our the legendary that you use instead of the azerite trait. But we'll go over it. There's a little bit of a actual change up in how it actually plays, and we'll talk about the difference about it. But what we'll do, we'll start as per usual. Appreciate you all. Thank you for all your likes, subscribes. Don't forget, if you do like the content, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification to get notified when any new video does go live. It'd be much appreciated. And thank you all. And if you do have any questions, hopefully I can answer them. I also want to shout out, I actually completed the Shadowlands Keystone Master Season 1. What is that? It is It is timing all your dungeons at a level 15 or higher. And then what you actually get is you actually get a thing, well, you get a mount called the Sin Touch Destroy mount, which I'll show up on the screen. Boom! There it is. It's pretty cool. But yeah, it's something that I was working for. It took a lot of time because I was pugging pretty much every single key that I have. And I finally got it, so I'm really happy about it. And I'll be uploading a couple of the 15 runs that I recorded for you. I didn't get the last one, unfortunately, but I'll upload. So let's talk about the legendary. So the legendary is called Latent Poison Injectors. Serpent Stings damage applies a latent poison to the target, stacking up to 10 times. Raptor Strike / Mongoose Bite consumes all the stacks, dealing a % of your attack power of nature damage to the target per stack consumed. So if we have a look at mine, we'll just say that it's 310 per stack. You multiply by 10, 3,100 per stack. Once you have 10 stacks, and then you hit your Raptor Strike / Mongoose Bite on top. So this was the build that we used post-patch in Battle for Azeroth. Why did we do that? Is because we hit insane haste levels. You could get up to, like, I think the most haste that I was able to get, like with procs and everything, was at like 128%. But my standard percent was like 60, I think it was 68%, which was insane. So your procs would be ticking really fast. You'd be stacking up the Latent Poison Injectors on the target, and you just be mashing that through. And on top of that, you actually could use that with the Wildfire Cluster azerite piece. So you'd be having these two legendaries working at the same time. You'd have Wildfire Cluster and you'd have Latent Poison Injector running at the same time, which just made it insane. So the Talon setup is pretty much the exact same that we were running in Battle for Azeroth. So it was Viper's Venom in the 15 row. Raptor Strike has a chance to make your next Serpent Sting cost no focus and deal 250% initial damage, which is really good. So also Hydra's Bite. Serpent Sting fires 2 additional arrows near your target, and the damage over time is increased by 20%. So it shoots up to 3 arrows at a time. Then you'd be running Bloodseeker. Kill command causes the target to bleed for over 8 seconds for a amount of damage, like % AP. Then you'd be running Tip of the Spear in Shadowlands. Kill command increases the damage of your next Raptor Strike by 25%, stacking up to 3 times. And the AoE Bomb, which is the Wildfire Infusion, which is changes your Wildfire Bomb to Shrapnel Bomb. Where Shrapnel Bomb pierces the targets, causing Raptor Strike Carve to apply bleed, stacking up to 3 times. Pheromone Bomb, your kill command has a 100% chance to reset off your off the targets inflicted, and your volatile bomb. So volatile bomb reacts to your serpent sting targets, and it explodes for nature's damage. And the other thing, it also refreshes the serpent sting dot on the targets. So you have the volatile bomb, which works really well with Hydra's Bite and Viper's Venom, and that's the build that you actually go in Shadowlands if you wish to run it in Mythic Plus. So let's talk about Mythic Plus viability. Is it viable in the current Mythic Plus? Yes, I would say from 10 and below, and you can have a lot of fun with it. It does a lot of damage when there's 2 to 3 targets, or even 4 targets. Anything more, say 4 and onwards, it's not going to be viable at all. And you guys are asking, why was it very popular in BFA, post-season BFA? One is because we were able to use a whole bunch of these different azerite pieces. You were able to couple Latent Poison Injectors with Wildfire Cluster, so you still get the Wildfire Cluster damage with your Latent Poison. We also had Wilderness Survival, which Wilderness Survival, every time you use your Raptor Strike, reduces the cooldown of your Wildfire Bomb by 1 second. And the other one was Blur of Talons. So Blur of Talons, pretty much when your Coordinated Assault was up, you would get a huge flat amount of agility, and you'd just be doing an insane amount of damage. So coupling all those together, BFA Latent Poison was insane. In the current build, no, Latent Poison by itself is not viable to push keys. As you can see in the clip right now, that's just about to finish. I popped everything: Wild Spirits, Coordinated Assault, and the burst wasn't that great. It could work if, and the reason why I was testing this is because I wanted to see if Hydra's Bite, the extra 2 additional arrows that procced off your Serpent Sting, would proc a Wild Spirit. So essentially 1 Serpent Sting would proc 3 Wild Spirits. But unfortunately it doesn't. So Blizzard, if you're out there and you're watching this video and you want to buff Latent Poison Injectors for Mythic Plus, like Marksmen, where when you aim shot and you shoot out a Serpent Sting, that extra Serpent Sting procs a Wild Spirits, let Hydra's Bite proc an extra 2 Wild Spirits. Then you would see Latent Poison Injectors start to see some more gameplay in here. That's pretty much it. They also nerfed the damage of the maximum that you get from BFA. So it was about 20%, I believe, that they nerfed the Latent Poison Injectors by. So you could still probably see this being run in PvP as well, Latent Poison Injectors, especially in 3s, where you'd be able to, 1 Serpent Sting would be able to put it onto multiple targets, and then when you have a priority target that you want to burst down, Harpoon, Intimidate, and then use all your cooldowns and try and burst that one down. So you'd probably see this in PvP, but I think the Feign Death Legendary is going to be the best one anyway. Yeah, so my thoughts, I generally like this playstyle, and this is the reason why I wanted to test it, because at the post BFA, right, I was able to hit rank 1 Oceanic Survival Hunter with the Latent Poison Injectors build, and I just wanted to really test it out and see if the damage was there. Like I mentioned, 1 target, 2 target, 3 targets, Latent Poison Injectors was actually doing a lot of damage. But unfortunately, when in the current Mythic Plus, when you're needing to push and our gear is not there, the haste level's not there, the crit level's not there, it's just not as viable as it was. So, if you have any questions, please definitely leave a comment down below, and hopefully I can answer any of the questions for you. Probably later down the track when we can use multiple legendaries, you could probably see Latent Poison Injectors with a combination of Wildfire Cluster or possibly even Call of the Wild, because you could use Call of the Wild to keep your Coordinated Assault up longer, and use Deadly Tandem with Strength of the Pack. You could see that kind of build later on down the track, but in current 9.0 Shadowlands, unfortunately, Latent Poison Injectors is a no-no. Well, it's not a no-no, it's fun, but to push, it's a no-no. So, again, I appreciate you all being here, all the support. I love it. Hopefully I can bring more of this content to you, different builds. If you wanted me to try a different build, I do have a lot of what do you call it now? I was going to say Titan Residium, but it's not Titan Residium. Soul Ash to make some 190 pieces to test it out and see if I can provide you some different type of builds like this one here. But yeah, I appreciate you all. Thank you. Again, yeah, any questions, let below. Until next time, stay safe, stay positive, and bring the survival community up there. We need some more love. Take care. God bless.